All right. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing amazing. Yes. This is just a quick reminders, okay? Just so that we can stay focused and we stay up here, okay? So, Truth and Reconciliation Day is, we already know what happened, right? Recognizing that children, Indigenous, were taking here in Canada, right? Funded by the government, residential schools, right? Which that was closed in 1996. Let's just remind ourselves that it wasn't that long ago that they closed those residential schools, and that energy is still ongoing to this day. There's still the same energy or what they taught or they're teaching to kids in schools right now, or what they're not teaching, or the lies that they're teaching and not correcting, right? So this is why a lot of us, when we do the decolonization, we have to focus and be aware of that and create awareness for other people. The other energy that I'm getting, it's a good day to choose focus on indigenous businesses, cultures, movie, films, gathering, just helping indigenous. But it's not just in one day, right? So a lot of us, we should make it like a lifestyle. Like for a lot of us, we should start like lifestyle where it's not just for holidays that we support people of color. We do this on a constant daily basis, right? So since we're already in the boycott stuff, right? And we are seeking for other replacements, right, of those products or services or whatever they were, boycotting, right? Because fuck Israel, right? And free Palestine, right? So yeah, so remember that as in Turtle Island, just as happening in Palestine, in the Congo, in the Sudan, all children matter, all lives matter, right? So a lot of us, this is what the energy is. This is why a lot of people today, if you're wondering why everybody's wearing orange in Canada, that's what everybody's doing. It's a form of protesting. It's a form of resistance. It's saying, land back, right? Your true and reconciliation, was it like it's just like a performative activism or performative thing to say like, okay, we see what we did and we're trying to, right, but do that with not just with your mouth, do that with finances, do that with human rights, self-determination, land back, right, returning a system of sovereignty, of equality, justice, right. Essentially, we also have to continue talking about Gaza. Okay, there is a Telegram. Please go check the news and continue sharing, but also the Sumud Flotilla. I don't know if you guys are aware, but recently this is going on. And a lot of you, you're watching live television propaganda in your fucking face too. It's not just genocide, massacres and stuff. Like we're literally watching also how they lie, how they propaganda. By the way, I'm not a sponsor of this. It's not, but News Cord is this website is really good. Okay, this company, download their app. It's really good. I check it all the time and it's working for me. It's not like it's coordinated with my discernment that I already get from spirit, but having a physical one that shows me from other angles that I cannot see, because even seers and prophets, they cannot see everything. But we're there on awareness, and spirit wants us to be obedient and to be in those places at a certain time at a certain place, and you know the drill. All those of you, also we have to recognize and see how this it's that's how they do it. They criminalize. That's what happened with climate activists as well. Greta, she's aware of this. We went through, all of us who are activists who are in this mission right now. We know this. As soon as you're about to reach a good goal or reach the end goal, which is like something monumental that could change and shift not only a lot of people's lives, but also like can save lives at this moment, like end genocide, break the siege, and you know what I'm saying, and like bring all these people. But at this point, we also see so many criminal war crimes, like even the whole death threat, the whole like, this is why we're gonna, like, essentially that's what they're doing. They're threatening them, and a lot of us is like, this is how they get consent. Like they see like, okay, no one's gonna do anything, no one's retaliating, no one's resistance, right? So a lot of us just literally posting and talking about the summit, global summit flotilla, and tracking it and posting it on your YouTube channels or your podcast. Talk about it with any of your channels, okay? They are expecting you to be quiet about this and not support it, okay? Online, if you cannot be in the ships, for some of you, if you have extra money, great, but make sure that you're donating to the families in my link tree, okay, or any of the families in Gaza right now. They are the. This is why the Global Summit Flotilla is there for. They're bringing food, baby formula, medical supplies that is needed, okay? Like people are literally, this Israel is literally blockade, right? There's no food going in or nothing going in. Like they're literally squeezing them like fucking sardines in a small spot. In the West Bank, it's a lot of shit happening, guys. Go check out my Telegram. My duty right now, my focus for a lot of you who are just like, okay, you don't like, this is reading energy. This is, I call it, well, Spirit called it some type of internet, spiritual technology where you have access that other people have no access, and only a few can be the informant or messengers. That's what we are, divine messengers, same as journalists, right? But they're in the physical realm, the real journalists that risking their life and dying. We just saw that a recent journalist just like literally brutally killed in massacre plus other people. Like this is like a death cult. Like I don't know, for 2 years of this talking about like a lot of us, we didn't plan to spend our time and days. And also let me tell you guys, I got a good one. I'm gonna do a live soon on YouTube. And if I tell you, like if I go in details of what's going on in the background, how they do stuff so that we don't come here and expose the truth or give you the right information or get distracted or, you know, mess with their minds. I have stuff that these people plan and do that I'm going to reveal as well, because I know it's going to help some people that are going through stuff and you think it's like a normal thing, right? Like, oh, this is just normal, it's just bad luck or something. No, some of it is serious people fucking attacking you in the spiritual sense. Let that sink in too. It's not just, and I can prove it too, because it happened to the global Sumud Flotilla. One of those things that happening to some of us who are dealing with stuff in the background, so that we can come in, because that too, you also have to see how increasingly this information is so important, because the people who are doing this, they're traveling long miles to go through bombs and shots and all kinds of things to survive, not only for food, but also to us, so they can get internet, so that we can receive the truth. And then we expose it to you, a lot of you, and a lot of you just watch or continue scrolling, or you don't do anything. And then we wonder in the past how long, oh my God, why this took so long to people to do something? This is why? Because you literally have the tools in your hands, sacrificed by children and slavery and stuff that's going on in the Congo, right? And you can take your time of your precious, whatever it is that you're doing that is more important than ending genocide. A lot of us, like, we're doing the stuff. Yes, you have the other priority. I'm not degrading that, okay? And nobody's perfect in this rodeo. And this is, a lot of us, we didn't live this before. We're all reliving this. This is the first time, okay? All those of your old souls who are not doing this fucking work, shame on you, motherfucker. This is why you repeat the same fucking lifetime, the same karmic lesson. A lot of you, we're like, I see why I repeated it, but I'm not doing this. Let's fix this, right? Right? Do we get it now? Why a lot of us, our family lineage and stuff like that is cursed because they decided to be cowards and not do something, change something, or do something, or be obedient in the past? Yeah. And it's our kids who pay the karmic. So a lot of you are the children of those parents or grandparents that, yeah. For a lot of you, if you're standing in history and you're doing all that you can and working outside of status quo and trying to help humanity and save people and do what you got to do, I don't know. There is, for me, that means there's a spirit, God, or universe, Allah, out there. Because this is not for the weak. And this is what's going on. A lot of they are trying to damp your courage, trying to damp your creativity, and don't let them. They're trying to quiet you down, silence you. And you feel it, right? It feels like a pressure here, and you feel like the pressure everywhere, or the creative, like the syndrome that you got to fight it, okay? That is a psychological warfare too. That's a spiritual warfare, okay? All the severe, they're trying to disturb your sleep. This is what you're seeing that the flotilla people are experiencing, and that's the physical, right? But in the spirits, even more. And then imagine them, they're also experiencing spiritual attack as well, plus physical. Like, come on, all they're asking is for us to keep them exposure and also continue talking about Gaza. Come on, guys, we could do this, okay? I love you. Free Palestine, free Congo, free
told that there's a really big chance that this flotilla is going to be sabotaged. How does that work?
You know that they always try to sabotage our missions through two methods.
So what's happening?
First of all is the bureaucratic warfare. They pressure the president or the prime minister, they pressure the governors of the province, the state, they pressure the mayors, they pressure the coast guard, they pressure the port authorities, they pressure the marino owners.
That's all to not let you leave.
Yes.
To say, hey, you don't even leave the port.
Yes, and to create a problem that cancel one of the documents, cancel, say that they didn't pass an inspection or something like that, so they try to create bureaucratic means to stop us. The other way is a physical sabotage, which they did many times. So they send divers at night and we put guards on our nights. We make shifts because they try to pierce the hull, they try to mess with the propellers. The last mission, they put a lot of ropes in the propellers to block it.
At the port.
At the port, the eve of departure. They try to put on our water tank acid.
The water tank for drinking.
Yes, it's very tough. We were very lucky that in the inspection nobody got hurt because it was very strong acid. So they would do anything.
So you've got guards policing the vessel. How do you make sure they're not going to sabotage the boats?
We have ourselves. We take our ships. We have a security team.
So 24 hours there are people guarding the boats right now.
Yes, and we have to be on alert at all times. They have already bombed our boats.
I don't think people realize this. On the mission in May of 2025, you guys parked the boats off in Malta. You got out of the boats with Greta Thunberg. What happened next?
5 hours before we got on the boat to leave to Gaza, Israel used the moment that there were 18 people on board the boat only and bombed the boat. Since it was a confidential mission that we were not sharing to the world because we didn't want them to do the bureaucratic warfare against us, they used this on their benefit. So they bombed the boat and nobody knew that the mission existed. So the first time people knew that the mission existed, we had to say, we were attacked, we were bombed, and we need to rescue our people. We don't know how they are because the boat could be sinking. By miracle, nobody died.
So now you're doing the complete opposite. You're like, being secret, we're going public, we're sharing everything. Don't know what date we're coming, what time we're coming.
That's it. We're never going on a confidential mission again because it benefits them. We know that visibility means safety for us. That's why we need to share everything.
Public lands are not for sale. Polluting stolen land and profiting from the exploitation of the nearby communities is modern-day colonialism. Right now, all across the country, we are seeing a rise in climate catastrophes from the lack of climate action and protection. Many communities, such as mine in New Mexico, have been experiencing severe and ongoing drought, wildfires, and high temperature. This summer, we proved that together, when we use our voices, we can make collective change for future generations. We discussed, fought, and successfully stopped a direct sell-off of public lands being sold to big polluters. But still, attacks on our public lands keep coming, and they are just getting started. The reconciliation bill is now law, and it mandates oil and gas lease sales from the coastal plains of the Arctic Refuge to New Mexico to North Dakota. But they're not stopping there. They want to open millions of acres to fossil fuel extraction, large-scale logging, causing further destruction in these already impacted states. This is a direct attack on our communities, lands, and public health. Sacred indigenous sites, local trails, and national parks are lands that safeguard our clean air, water, and environment. Once they're polluted, they're gone. We must put our health over their wealth. To breathe, to eat, to live, these lands have nurtured us for generations. We need to continue to protect her so she can protect us. Take action. Contact your congressional leaders. Go out and be in public, because right now they are trying to take away your right to a healthy, clean future.
Just disrupted David Rubenstein, private equity ghoul. It is amazing to me that all of you are here gathered around. There's a fascist takeover of our government happening currently, and you guys just all stand here and glad hands, and you're like, oh, this is so nice. We deserve like $500 for chicken. So amazing. David Rubenstein is one of the biggest climate polluters of all time, and perhaps most insidious of all, his company is also involved in weapons manufacturing, which allows children to be killed all over the world, especially in Palestine. I think it is great that there is bipartisan consensus not only on the genocide in Gaza, but what's happening in Alaska right now. The Willow Project is going to ruin the planet, financed by yours truly, David Rubenstein, everybody. Let's give him a hand. He is ruining a livable future for all of us. He co-founded the Carlyle Group, which invests $22 billion in oil companies. Projects like the Willow Project are sponsored by him, financing oil exploration in Alaska. Oh my goodness, you guys should be so ashamed of yourselves. Your children are not going to be able to grow up because of what you're doing here today. All right. Shame on all of you. So it's very important to hold people like this to account and not let them have some event where they give each other awards for doing nothing but robbing us of a livable future.
I've been thinking about why some folks will ride or die for shitty leaders who aren't doing anything to make their lives better. So let's explore why these spells work on so many people. A lot of it boils down to fear and uncertainty. The world around you seems to be falling apart. You can't pay your bills. You lose your job. You feel like, man, I just can't get a break in this world. There seems to be chaos everywhere, or change is just happening too quickly. This creates a lot of fear in people, and then Big Daddy Strongman comes along and says, I can fix it. It doesn't matter if that leader is a self-centered narcissist. That confidence that they exude, it's almost like a drug. And that drug helps calm our fears and our anxieties. I mean, this is how you get people to follow the worst ideas. Culturally, this dominant society over-equates leadership with hardness. So performative meanness comes across as strength. Here in the Americas before 1492, indigenous nations had their own languages, laws, economies, and lived in systems that were centered around relationships, reciprocity, and abundance. Was there conflict? Absolutely. But when people have enough food to eat, enough resources, healthy kinship ties, a relationship to the land, it reduces the payoff for cruelty. Indigenous communities had mechanisms to check those bullies and those really shitty leaders. And a good leader would gain respect through care and competence as opposed through terror. Then comes settler colonialism, disease, dispossession, boarding schools, the destruction of indigenous life and cultures. The abundance we once had was replaced with scarcity. Our spiritual traditions and the way that we related to the land was criminalized, and that destroyed these moral anchors. And that's when you saw the rise of violence and fear-based leadership. That hatred and meanness for others is like a survival mechanism, and then develops the us versus them mentality. And shitty leaders play off of that, and they give you a long list of people to hate, an enemy list. And if you're weak and you feel like your life is insignificant and you just can't get ahead, hating others feels like you're winning. And that's why scapegoating and creating the fear of the other is so damn effective. You have these weak-minded, authoritarian type personalities who mock the less fortunate and cheer on the most vile ideas. And if you believe these vile ideas will create some kind of social order, you will go along with some of the worst inhumane policies. And this isn't just random stupidity. It's the fear, it's the scarcity, not having enough, and of course embracing these really twisted morals and values.
The global Sumud Flotilla. What does Sumud mean? Sumud means steadfast or perseverance, but in Palestinian culture, it means remaining firm. It also means non-violent resistance and remaining firm on one's land. That's what this global Sumud Flotilla is about. It's about staying firm on the path. That's despite all the things that we've seen so far that have impeded the global Sumud Flotilla, from drone strikes in Tunisia, from storms and bad weather that have delayed the sailing of the ships. But what we're seeing now is we're seeing 50 ships fast approaching the Gaza shores. This is the largest cohort of ships that have set sail, with over 50 ships making their way to Gaza to break the illegal naval blockade. This is going to create a lot of problems for Israel. Do they arrest everyone? Do they shoot everyone? What do they do with 50 ships? Do they arrest some and let some in? Whatever happens, the global Sumud Flotilla is going to make history, because this has been the largest global civilian movement in the world. And right now we're seeing all over the world a massive shift, even more so than in the last few weeks. Italy right now rioting for Palestine, the UN and multiple countries recognizing the state of Palestine. Things are beginning to change, and this global Sumud flotilla is on the forefront of it. Will they break the naval blockade? Will they get aid into Gaza? Will they create a new humanitarian corridor? Only time will tell. But one thing is for certain, these brave volunteers from all over the world are making history. God be with them.